Hey there, welcome to the Blue Sky Sanctuary. That's my property in the Baja in Mexico, where I've been living part-time since 2018, full-time since 2021, and off-grid since 2022. And over the years, I've been sharing as much as I can on the channel, documenting what I'm learning so that you can learn from my personal experiences if this is anything like what you might like to do for yourself. So freshly inspired by your comments and feedback on last week's video, today I am going to put together a whole lot of footage for you so that you can see an overview of the development of this property from day one till present, and some of the challenges we faced along the way, and some of the wins and the losses and the decisions made and the reasons for those decisions. And I'm going to jump right into one of the first things that I did when I got to this property was had this privacy wall built. This wall serves a number of purposes. Numero uno is it gives privacy from the road. Number two is dust prevention. Every time someone drives by, it kicks up dust. We're on a dirt road here, and so all that dust isn't coming in and coming into the windows of the house. Number three is water direction. So when the heavy rains come, the water is getting directed by that wall around the property. There's still plenty of water that gets in, but this keeps about 70% of it out. And since we're on a slope here, the less water that's coming in here, the better. The second thing we did was build a cistern, and that is to hold water. You need water for construction, and so that was a priority. And after that was to put the septic in. Since I was staying on site in my camper, we did need a place for all the wastewater to go. So septic and cistern were priorities 2 and 3 after the privacy wall. Of course, we also did the fence right away. That's to keep my dogs in the property and to keep them safe. And we also cleared the property. And then we were basically ready to start building. So you can really see how much we were digging into the earth to carve out a space for the house. We'd already moved all the significant plants and trees out of this area so that my machine guy could just go in and clear it and level it. He's so good at his job. A good machine guy is key if you want to build down here, for sure. And basically, I've mentioned this in other videos, but if I were to do this again, I would go even more into the ground. It has been working out so well. You can see there how far we are underneath the kind of retaining wall that's at the top of the property there, and that's going to feel great when the hurricanes come. So this is the footprint of the house, all done. All the footings are laid. The orange conduit that you see is for the electrical wires to be run. And there is the mesh, what they call Maya here, that's put over top of everything, and then the cement goes on top of that. We poured the floor by hand this time around. We did it by truck the first time. I found them to have basically the same outcome, so I don't have a recommendation there one way or the other. You do need to keep that floor wet for a couple of days after as it cures so that it doesn't crack, and I did that myself. Again, just pitching in to save money and contribute to the creation of my home. Once the floor was done and set and cured, the walls started to go up. That happens really fast. As I always recommend, be on site for that because things happen quickly, and if you want to make changes, it's really easy to do it while the block is wet. We created an extra window where I wasn't expecting one, and just good to be on site for that. With the walls up, then we start prepping for the roof. So you can see all the support beams there, the plywood on top of those beams, and then the guys go on top of the house and start laying out strips of rebar and the cubes of styrofoam, which provide insulation and also reduce the weight of the overall roof, which is a good thing, of course. This is the final product. This is a beautiful roof ready to be poured. It's my roof. Again, the orange is where the electrical wires are going to be run through, and you can see all the rebar all tied together, super strong. And then we have the cement truck coming to pour the roof. It was supposed to be there at 8 in the morning. It showed up at 4 in the afternoon, but that was a blessing because it was super hot. That slowed down the curing process, which was a good thing, and we worked late into the night that night, but there's the final product, and it was all worth it. So grateful. And soon after that, the first of 2 hurricanes of that year hit, and we had to bring all that stuff that I had stored in the tent into the house, and then we went right to work on getting the ceiling done. So you can see those styrofoam cubes there, and you can see the ceiling getting finished, and right after that, the walls got done. That was quite a process. I talk a lot about it in other videos, but I'm really happy with the final product. We went with all the traditional building methods. Here you can see the kitchen getting framed out and done, and then that's the bathroom there with the fantastic green in the end, and my bedroom color being redone because they put the living room color in the bedroom by accident. It's what happens when you take one day off of work. And anyway, this is coming to the tail end of the build. All hands on deck, everyone there helping out, the plumber, the electrician, all the workers, and myself just getting it done. I'm assembling a ceiling fan here while the electrician's running the wires for that fan. And it was probably another 6 weeks of kind of chaos of tying up bits and pieces before we got the finished product. But here, yeah, one of the last pieces, getting the windows installed, and that happened on the day of the second hurricane of the season. So that was pretty intense, but it all came together in the end. When things are intense, it's really hard to remember to film. So this is all the footage I have to share with you of the storm from that day. You can see what the storm did to the property, and following storms there's always a beautiful sunset, so there it is. After that, we got to finishing the outside of the house, real simple color to keep the cost down. And after that, a big cleanup. That's always really satisfying to get all that construction garbage off the property. And if you watch carefully, you'll see the guys getting the Tanako, the water holding tank, onto the roof. That was a big day. And then a handful more weeks just getting things organized. It's actually the last stretch that goes the slowest. Things like getting the appliances in, the sinks installed, all the small details are what take the longest at the end. But this is the end result. I'm super grateful for my home. It's always a work in progress, so it has changed a bit since I took this footage, but that's it. I'm grateful for everyone that helped me make this happen. Javier and the whole building team, and Victor, my machine guy, and everyone that participate. So that was 1 year of my life compressed into 10 minutes. And basically my intention with this video wasn't so much a how-to video, but more of a 4-minute mile video. And what I mean by that is, if you remember the 4-minute mile, once someone did it, then everyone else knew they could do it, and then a whole bunch of people did it. And it's not that I want to inspire a whole bunch of people to come build houses in Mexico, but I do want to inspire you to live your best life and to know that almost anything is possible. And many would say, oh, you can't build a house for $100,000 in Mexico in this year. And I can tell you from my firsthand experience that you absolutely can. And I really want to inspire those of you who are on the precipice of wanting to do something like this. I do offer and have been coaching and consulting. If you want that for yourself, hit me up in the comments or find my email address in the description of the video and we'll get something going. And lastly, I put a community post up last week and your overwhelming response was 85% want to see a tour of Todos Santos, and so I'm going to get to that soon. I always appreciate your feedback and you continuing the worldwide conversation that we have going on here at YouTube. So thanks for saying hello. If you have any questions or you want to share your experiences, put them in the comments, and I hope to see you again soon. Until then, take good care. Bye for now. This is one of the beautiful open air markets in Todos Santos I wanted to share with you. Just lots of handmade crafts and stuff. Yeah, you can just keep filming. What is it? What do you call this stuff? Like artisan? What's the word for
Arts
it?
and crafts?
Arts and crafts. You can stop filming.